Hi everyone, my name is Genesis Santiago, and today I will be presenting to you um, the case study of an island that is really close to my heart. I was born and raised there, so I have a really deep connection with this island, and I was so interested to do a case study on it to learn more about my origins and my island. This is actually me with my little sister in front of the beach. That was a really nice day. The weather was so nice, and that's usually how it is in Puerto Rico. It's very tropical. It does rain a lot, but mainly it's just sunny and pretty hot. Um, Florida can get hotter in the summer, but Puerto Rico's pretty hot too. So first things first, I'm gonna give you a general outline of my presentation. I basically will talk about, firstly, about some background information, such as the language, the governor of the island, and some tourism. I will give you some information about how the island has um, been doing in the last century, the 21st, and I will then get into the important topics, which is politics, the economy, the religious landscape, and some traditions, hint, hint, food. Once I do that, I will conclude my presentation. So, in my overview, I will talk a little bit about the official language of the island, the ethnic composition and population, the geographic location, including the capital city and population. So, I will mention San Juan, and I will mention how the population is the data about the population at the moment. I will also talk a little bit about how Puerto Rico was discovered and some US relations, very briefly. The second thing I will get into is politics. Politics are definitely a very touchy term in Puerto Rico. It's been struggling with corruption, and many crimes have been done within the government because there's been a lot of government people paying themselves too much or just doing things they shouldn't be doing in a government. So I will talk about the government system, the type of government, the different uh, groups in the government. I will talk about the current governor and what he's doing right now in the island. And I will also talk about US relations, which is also a little bit of history. I will also talk about the economy. The economy in Puerto Rico is definitely, I would say, stagnant at the moment, especially after the Hurricane Maria situation, which was a year and some months ago. I wasn't there, but my family is still there, and I can definitely see how it affected the whole island and it affected the economy greatly. I will talk about the struggles after Hurricane Maria. I will talk about the economic relations with the United States, how the United States um, uh, how the United States helps the island or doesn't help it, like Donald Trump, stuff like that. I will also talk about the current GDP and some data about the economy. This another thing I will talk about would be the religions in the island. I can say right now that it's for the most part Roman Catholic. It is a very religious island, I would say. My grandparents, especially, have shown that to me. They've always been super into the church and they go all the time. And my family is very religious in that sense. I will talk about the most prominent religions, give a little bit of historical background and why this is the main religion. And I will talk about some fun things like a religious festival some religious festivals that are done in the island um, in every single town, and how basically how Puerto Ricans express their religion and what they do to celebrate. After that, I will talk a little bit about education. So I will discuss how Puerto Rico is struggling with the fundings for schools and universities at the moment. I will talk about the quality and the and give a general overview of education. And I will also talk about Julia Kelleher, which is a very controversial person in the government right now because she is from the United States. She has never lived in the island, and she still got a very high position in education, and people are not um, very happy with the actions she's done. And people think she just shouldn't be there. So I will be discussing a little bit about her and what she's done to not to be disliked by the Puerto Ricans. After that, I will conclude my presentation. I will talk a little bit about what I think the future of the island would be and how I think it could be better. I will also, in between all of these slides, I will also um, try to put some videos, very short videos that can show a little bit more about what I'm talking about so it's clear and it gets the message across.